Hey guys, Cam here from 9 to 5 Google, and looking at the Chromebook market, you could be forgiven for thinking it's just the modern iteration of the netbook age. Small, cheap, underpowered plastic laptops that offer very little to anyone wanting a higher end experience in a portable and affordable package. Dell changed that with the Chromebook 13. Now you can get a premium Chrome OS laptop without spending silly money on a Pixel. Before diving in to look at the hardware, let's tackle the elephant in the room first. Chrome OS is not a fully fledged computer operating system. Yet. If you're needing a powerful computer with plenty of built-in storage for media, or you need native apps and games, it's not going to be the right computer for you. With that said, there are hundreds of incredibly useful web-based apps, tools, and extensions to install and use which you can get by with. You can create and edit documents, manage calendars, emails, watch videos, even edit photos to some extent. It's all cloud-based, meaning you do need a good internet connection, but it does work. Design-wise, the Dell Chromebook is one of the best-made Chrome notebooks I've ever used. It has a solid shell made from a magnesium alloy and has a carbon fibre effect finish on the lid. The plastic casing around the keyboard has a really nice soft touch grippy finish, perfect for resting your hands on while typing. The more expensive models like this one have a glossy Gorilla Glass covering over the screen, adding a more classy look to the entire laptop. What's more, the device feels like it could take a beating without breaking. It's solid. Perhaps my one complaint is that although the hinge on the display moves really smoothly, it is a little stiff. What's more, there's no cutout lip on the base or overlap when it's shut to make it easier to lift open. Still, those are minor complaints. This is without doubt one of the best made Chromebooks around. As a bonus, it has virtually all the ports you could possibly need. There might not be USB Type-C for the early adopters among you, but it does have USB 3.0, USB 2.0, micro SD, HDMI 3.5mm audio, and a power port. Now, several factors make this easily one of my favourite Chromebooks to use so far. Mostly, those are the display, the speed and the performance, and the trackpad and backlit keyboard. The Dell Chromebook 13 has a full HD 1080p resolution display. It doesn't matter whether you go for the lowest end model with the basic Celeron chip or the highest end Core i5 equipped model. You get the same screen resolution. It's not just sharp and clean, but colours are fantastic too. In the past, I've found watching videos on Chromebooks to be a terrible experience because of the low resolution, washed out, and viewing angle sensitive displays. Not so with the Dell. Lighting, colours and sharpness are consistent regardless of the angle. And with the stereo speakers underneath, the Chromebook sort of fires audio back off the surface that the laptop is lying on. It's fair to say that this is one of the only Chrome OS products that's actually great for watching movies on, not just tolerable like so many others. Now, performance and speed will almost certainly vary depending on which model you go for. But with the 8GB RAM and Core i5 inside our review unit, it was top notch. Switching between Windows apps and loading web pages was buttery smooth. Even Google Maps was fast and responsive, rarely leaving any waiting time before maps or satellite imagery appeared on screen. And this same sense of speed and responsiveness is felt when using the large glass trackpad, or when using the touchscreen. That said, this particular model is the most high-end on offer in the current Chromebook 13 range, and it comes at a cost. While I have no real complaints about the keyboard, it didn't exactly excite me either. The keys are well-shaped and adequately spaced apart to make typing a piece of cake for most touch typists. Oftentimes though, I really felt it whenever my finger pushed down on the edge of the key rather than in the centre. There was an audible and tangible crunch or click every now and then. It's kind of disconcerting. Perhaps Dell should look into making the key switches just a little bit more solid. Still, with that said, I really like the backlighting. In a bright setting, you can barely tell the keys have any backlight at all, except for the glimmer of white shining from underneath the keys. Start typing in the dark though, and everything changes. The light subtly surrounds each key and beams through the lettering on the top without being overpowering. It's subtle and stealthy, and yet still very useful. As for battery life, that very much depends on how bright the screen is set and how intensive the tasks are that you're trying to perform on it. In most cases, I could get between 6 and 8 hours of use from a single charge, which isn't that bad. Having spent more than a week with the Chromebook 13, it's hard to imagine that there's a better all-round Chrome OS notebook out there than the 13-inch model from Dell. It's solidly constructed, looks and feels great, and has a fantastic display. It also happens to be really fast. But all this Great design and performance, like I said, does come at a cost. The lowest end model at the moment is $430, and prices can go all the way up to about $900 for the most high-end models. Still, if you're looking for a fantastic looking Chromebook that's really fast and performs incredibly well, and you don't want to have to spend silly money on a Pixel, the Dell Chromebook is probably the best thing around. I've been Cam, I'm at Cam Bunton on Twitter, and I'll see you again soon.